get it in until I fall. Leave it up until I ball. Haters hate, paper I'll chase until the end. I'ma do me, get it in until I fall. Leave it up until I fall. Haters hate, paper I'll chase until the end. I'ma do me.
Gotta get it in, rain, sleet, or the snow. Out here statistics mean you left in the cold.
Good evening, folks. My name is Mr. Two-Tone. Oh, sorry, he's a little slow today. That's the co-host of this show. That's Mr. DWeez. Mr. DWeez, the one and only. Just coming to you direct here on Thursday, just to give you a quick recap of last week's game. Terrible loss, very sad for us, for our organization, for morale. But we're going to carry on and go on strong. We have the Bears this weekend, so we'll give a breakdown of this week's game and give you a recap of the past game. So thank you for joining in, and hope you enjoy the show.
Tighten up.
Two-Tone Zone. Welcome to the Two-Tone Zone.
Tighten up.
Please share, like, and subscribe. This is our second episode here. So please leave any comments, any likes, and subscribe if you like the show. And hopefully we can start to build a family here.
Let's do it.
Absolutely, man. So let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room, man. Last Sunday's loss against the Bengals. Let's talk about it.
Man, hey, like I said, man, last week, man, I said, Gostowski's gonna miss one kick.
You did. You called it.
I called it, man. That's first of all, man, like I told you, man, we got to get points on the board. If they're 3 points, 7 points, 6 points, 2 points, we got to get points on the board. I mean, like I said, man, if we don't get points on the board, our defense looks like they are mad, man, and they look like they look unmotivated. They look like they don't even want to be out there. Like, why are we putting on the line if the offense can't even score points?
Absolutely.
Which, I mean, it's not Tannehill and it's not those guys' faults. But what I'm saying is that, once you get down on the field and you get in that field goal zone, that field goal range, you got to put points on the board, man, especially against a young team like the Bengals, man. You got to put points on the board, man. We was already trailing, man. I couldn't even I was like, what's going on here, bro? I was like, am I watching the right game? You know what I mean? From the team I saw last week. And
well, while we're on that subject, I mean, we just got rid of our long snapper. We just released him, Bo Brinkley.
What was wrong with him? What was wrong with him?
Maybe that has something to do with it.
What happened? I mean,
he was off. They said he was off since probably not right after he got back from the corona, from quarantining from the corona, but it's just like prior. They said they had started to notice changes in his game, in his performance, and so they came to an agreement. And I'm sure Gostkowski maybe had something to say, and maybe even Brett was like, "Hey, we're not connecting on all three cylinders from snapper to holder to kicker, and that has a lot to do with it. So hey, we'll see if that has any effect in a positive lighting. We'll see. We'll definitely see this weekend.
Yeah, man. Basically going off that, man. If it trickled down to the long snapper, then I mean, definitely respect to the long snapper position for making sure those balls get there at the timing. But like I said, it's really on. It's like, okay, if he's snapping the ball and the long and the placeholder's holding it, I mean, what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm just not understanding is once the ball's hiked to you, the placeholder's job to turn laces up or laces, you know what I mean? And that's it. It's like I don't understand what the long snap has to do with it, but hey, hopefully this makes Gostowski start making some kicks. Maybe he want to get one of his boys in there or something. I don't know.
Right. We'll see, man. We'll see. Well, it's going to be being that Brett Kern's not going to be playing for maybe a week or two. Might have some different holders, and you might even see Tannehill holding that ball.
It's too valuable. Too much money.
Hey, they might. You never know, man. He definitely did it when he was in college at Texas Tech. He definitely did it there, and those were coming out of his own mouth. He did it for 4 years at Texas Tech, so he definitely knows how to do it. He's definitely been in our system and done it a few times. Watching the press conferences this morning. So I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but hey, let's just make sure that we are just playing together, man, sticking together, not pointing these fingers. We see that at a drop of a dime, you could be released. The guys that you play with every Sunday, and you practice with it every day. Some of those guys are no longer in your building, so we just gotta make sure we stick together and continue to trust the process, man. Because I think Vrabel's a great coach, and I think he knows what he's doing, and I trust John Robinson as well.
Yeah, I mean, those guys show numbers, so you can't complain about a
Right,
team that's
right.
winning. You can't be mad at a team that's winning. But like I said, man, points on the board. That's my biggest takeaway. And those third downs, man. Like I said, man, we got to
Right,
do what we do on first and second down, man. That
right,
defense letting these 3rd and 5s go. Guys, Higgins had a big game against us.
right,
You know what
right.
I mean? Like, it looks like everybody was zoned in on Boyd for sure. So it looks
For
like somebody
sure.
had to step up. And it looked like definitely Higgins was that guy who stepped up and he was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna make them Boyd catches this week." And
Right,
I think
right.
he was like their leading receiver with over 100 yards. And I'm talking about dude 3rd and 8, man. Dude was
AJ Green has some big catches too, man. He has some big
man.
catches.
But like I said, man,
Our secondary was getting torched, man. We got rid of Jonathan Joseph, man. So
we talked about that.
we talked about it, and
Hey,
we knew it was coming soon. Something was coming.
hey, you know what? And it's like the same thing with Beasley. All
Right.
it's like you can't bring in guys that are already doing the job these guys can do. What are these guys going to add to the team that
Right.
nobody else is doing? Because that's why
Right.
you gotta build the puzzle together. You know what I mean? You can't just say,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, I got 2 of the same pieces." Yeah, that's cool, but one of those pieces, the other one's going to outdo, and you got to get rid of that piece because it doesn't fit in the pie no more. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah, they say he just Vic Beasley wasn't producing, like, and numbers don't lie, and then just by the naked eye too, we weren't seeing much, but I'm thinking that he must have been of some type of like some kind of a like contagious feeling that he must have had. He must have gave the locker room, must have gave the vibe he must have gave the coaching staff. Like there had to be something that just wasn't clicking as to why it was so easy to just get rid of him. And I respect the fact that it was a mutual agreement. It didn't definitely go our way, but we made our mistakes, and management owned up to it, and you got to just be like, hey, that's what's up, right? You got to respect it. Somebody who takes accountability, and just even for Vrabel, one thing he mentioned the other day, he was like, it's actually a 4-phase game. You have defense, offense, special teams, and then you also have your coaching. We got to be clicking in all those aspects. So obviously something wasn't clicking between him, Shane Bowen, and Vic Beasley in that whole process. So hey man, we're gonna move forward, and we got Roberson. We got Roberson in that position, and he highly performed in a few games last year. He just couldn't stay healthy, couldn't stay on the field. So hopefully we start to see a burst out of him, and he's just getting back there and actually capitalizing on these opportunities that we keep missing.
Man, and that and going back to those opportunities, I mean, Tannehill did throw an interception in the red zone, right in the end zone. I mean, we were coming down.
It was coming.
We held the Bengals to 3, and then we went down there, interception. Then we stopped them again. Then we went down there, missed the field goal, and then that's when they start torching us on these third downs, rolling. And so that's when you see Burrow getting in his groove.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it kind of looked like they gave us a couple chances. They're like, okay, well, since you guys don't want these chances, you guys are just going to beat yourself. You know what I mean?
We had the opportunities, man. We did.
We beat ourselves.
We did. We shot ourselves in the foot. We did not control. We can control. Attitude and effort, and I think the attitude was there, but effort was there. So it was there very seldomly. We never gave up, but I just feel like it started to get a little ugly. With our morale. You know what I mean? But hey, the referees made some bad calls, and hey, even Arthur Smith made some bad calls. But that's our offensive coordinator, and we're going to rock with it and stick to the process and just make sure we remain tight and strong. Tennessee tough.
Nah, man. I mean, we were doing our thing, man. We were strong. Like I said, man, the only thing is, man, we freaking, dude, we had opportunities. We just couldn't capitalize on them.
Right.
But it happens, man. You got to learn from your mistakes, so.
Well, I always know that, man, with Tannehill, he likes to take risks when he throws in some tight windows. And his touchdown to interception ratio is touchdowns here ratio. I think he only has 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions right now. So he's definitely balling, but he definitely throws the ball into some tight windows. So I'm hoping that that doesn't like, make him timid or, but I want him just to be humble. And, he's been even deemed as a one read quarterback. And so maybe that kind of, gives him the mind frame of, hey, I need to start spreading this ball around and maybe disguising where I'm maybe looking one way, throwing the other, or my pump fakes or my check downs, who I'm hitting. Maybe starting to be a little more methodical with that and starting to really spread that ball around again. And while we're talking about spreading the ball around, shout out to Corey Davis though. That man showed up and showed out.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, Corey Davis, man, he's like I say, he's number one, man. That's our number one receiver right there. He's our guy. You know what I mean?
That's hit or miss, man. It depends which Titan fan you're talking to, because some will say that AJ Brown is the number one receiver, and the argument could be made. It could be made,
man. And it's like, man, there's that one play in the game. It was like what, 4th and 4, and in the second quarter, and they got 4th and 4 on us, and then they scored a touchdown after that right before the half.
Right.
That killed us. That just killed us.
Right, man. And they were running out the clock on our behinds, man. Same strategy the Steelers used. I think, this Sunday, DWeez, this Sunday when we face off against the Bears this weekend, we need to start that game with the possession. Like, we need to get that ball. We need to set the tone early and don't give them any room to breathe when they're on offense. Our defense has to suffocate them, and their defense is trash over there in Chicago. So, that's what I think. Our offense has to come out and methodically score, and our defense is going to have to get off the field on 3rd down, period.
Well, I mean, you got the Bengals going for it on 4th down. I mean, they were in, they were at their own 46, it looked like. But, I mean, they still over here going for it. Man, it's like we just need a little bit more pressure, man.
But they have the room and the room to do things like that. Look at their record. Hey, they're playing in a tough division. I don't think they're going to be able to compete. Actually, I know they're not going to be able to compete with the Steelers and with the Ravens. So they had a little more wiggle room to kind of make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? It really wouldn't hurt them down the stretch too much. So they were playing all in. Hey, we're leaving it all on the field. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna experiment a little bit, and we're just gonna leave it all on the field and not have any regrets. And that right there kind of threw our momentum off big time, because it's just like, hey, these guys aren't playing for anything at this point. We are. So it doesn't matter. We still have to remain locked in and focused, and it just at the main objective at hand, which is getting to Tampa.
It seemed like a trap game.
It definitely was. It definitely was.
It seemed like a trap game. You know what I mean? It seemed like a lot of odds in Vegas.
Right.
You know what I mean? It seemed like a trap game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta watch out for those. You definitely gotta watch out for those trap games, man.
Hey man, you gotta take these losses, man. That's why winning feels so good, right? To have these go on this emotional roller coaster, and be on your all-time high and then you be at your all-time low. Sometimes you might even be a little worried, a little frantic. That's the reason that makes this game so fun and so interesting to really keep up with and have something to look forward to, as just even from a fan standpoint. So,
hey, does Derrick Henry have any fumbles this year?
No, 0 fumbles, man. And he's leading the league right now.
That's impressive.
Rusher, 775 yards right now, bro.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
8 touchdowns, man. So, but that's that strategy that they're using for him, though. Like, they're not giving him so many touches, and he's still busting behinds out there. Now we got Derrick Henry, Jeremy McNichols, and Deontay Foreman. All 3 of those guys combined for over 200 yards against the Bengals this past weekend, and that's scary. And they're all 3 different type of runners, but they complement each other so well. So I like this strategy. I like this methodical approach that Braves and the coaching staff is going after right now. It's beautiful to watch, and it's going to be so beneficial for us down the stretch when it comes December, January. It's going to be so beneficial for us. It's going to be like, this man's going to be fresh,
You think Beasley and Joseph are getting picked up?
I think Beasley will, and I think they'll both get picked up. I mean, Jonathan Joseph brings that veteran experience, so you can have a younger player, be taken underneath his wing and kind of showing the ropes and maybe leading to some coaching position for him. But his career is definitely coming to an end.
Is it good? Is it good experience or bad experience?
It's both because he's seen both. He's been deemed the top corner, at one point, one of the top corners, and now his career is dwindling down. So it's just like, hey, I was here and now I'm here, but see how I'm dealing with it as a professional and just as a man. First thing first. So I think he could be beneficial on someone's team, whether it's a team that has no chance on making the playoffs. It probably will be one of those teams. You know what I mean? I can't see like a top competitor picking him up. I can see maybe, maybe the Chargers picking them up or the Falcons. I don't know, somebody who doesn't even have a fighting chance. Right?
Just add some depth. Just add some depth to the.
Some depth and some experience, man. Like, he doesn't have a bad reputation around the league. It's just, as of late, he's just been getting torched, man. But hey, Father Time catches up to you. That's inevitable. And at his skill position, you have to be mobile, you have to be agile, and your speed has to be there. So, and it's just not there no more.
Yep.
And so it's a business, and we gotta make business decisions.
Speed, you can't make those hits you used to make. Right. It looked like he was like people were dragging his ass. You know what I mean? Like it was barely he was barely on there.
Facts. That's big facts, man. Hey, but hey, at the end of the day, we both weren't on board with the move they did to our boy Mariota last year, but we had to just accept it and think team first. Tighten up, and so it's definitely played out for us in our hand, in our favor. So we're definitely benefiting from the change. But I wasn't fully on board with Mariota, but hey, if it makes sense for the team, it makes sense for the team.
Yeah, shout out to that boy Mariota in Vegas too, man.
Right. So, hey, let's kind of let the past be the past. And, we're still sitting here in a pretty good position. We're tied for number one spot in our division. So we just got to make sure we remain locked in. So let's kind of, shift gears and pivot. And let's go over to this weekend's game, my brother.
The Bears.
Hey, man. So they're like the opposite of us, man. So like we have like a high-powered offense, right? And our defense is sus. So, and then their offense is very low powered, and their defense is very, very, very strong. They're, powerful cats. Like you're not gonna do too much on these guys. These guys are only allowing 20.8 points a game right now. So these guys are stingy. I think they're ranked number 12. They're 12th overall defensively in the NFL right now, which is, hey, it's night and day from where we're sitting at. If you ask me. They got 17 interceptions and 5 sacks right now. So that defense is producing. So what do you think? Who do we need to look out for on the Bears' defense? Who stands out to you?
Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka. Hey, you see kicking and screaming, right?
Yeah, that's who they're going.
I love his.
That's who they're going to need to bring some energy because Derrick Henry's running all over those boys.
Right.
Come on now.
Well,
you're gonna need on Mike back there, baby.
Right, man. Or was it Dick Buckus? You know what I'm saying? Might need his behind to come out of retirement, man. See if he gets out there. Yeah, I think he murdered somebody on field. Dick Buckus.
No way.
Look it up, man. I think.
Sad day, son. Sad day.
Sad day for sure. I bet you his conscience is eating at him for sure.
Sad day, man.
Hey, but it's gonna be tough for our three-headed monster to kind of get off, man. With Chicago's only allowing 120 yards a game rushing right now, so it's gonna be.
They ain't seen the top rusher yet.
They haven't seen him yet. They have not. You're right. They haven't
seen him yet.
Right.
They've done good against. And you got to think that that NFC East, man, that's a banged up division, anyways. Like, Lions, Packers,
they're the
Vikings.
North. This is the NFC North.
The NFC North, yeah. Lions, Packers, Green Bay, and the Vikings. They're all banged up. Those running backs. I mean, Dalvin Cook just got better this last weekend when he played the Packers. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like these dudes are hurt up there, man. So it's like it's easy when you're the Bears when you're playing against people that don't have a consistent running back or these running backs are half hurt. Dude, right. Like you said, we got a three-headed monster coming into this game.
Right. I really like Deontay Foreman. I really like him. I think he complements our backfield very, very well. I mean, he makes quick reads, and he's like a a cannon. You know, just being shot right out. You know, he's strong. He's fast. He's elusive, and he's running with a full head of steam. And you know, he's so far I've seen just a north and south type of runner. You know, but I think once he is able to really get some more touches, I think we'll start to see his ability to go east and west a little bit more too.
Dude,
I'm stoked
explosive,
about that.
explosive.
Super explosive. Absolutely.
What's that song?
Absolutely.
Explosive.
So,
You know what I mean?
so man, hey, let's address another elephant in the room, man. Khalil Mack, brother. You know what I mean? Khalil Mack, like that man balls out, like without a doubt, and he's a team first type of player. He doesn't give up on plays.
He balls out at the stores, at the club. He balls out on the field. He's just a big baller.
Right, he is for sure, and he's back there, man. And he's a powerful dude, super explosive. You know what I'm saying? Like
that dude should be his own superhero. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dude is just dude. Hey, he is the perfect person to play defensive end, outside linebacker. I mean, it's like LeBron's the perfect position. You know, his build, his height. That translates to how Charles Mack is in that defensive end position, bro. That outside linebacker, bro. He is nasty.
Khalil Mack, my brother. Khalil Mack.
Who did I say?
You said Charles Mack.
That's what we call him, Charlie.
Right,
Charlie
right.
Khalil Mack, man. His mama named Charles.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, okay. Hey. I'm gonna call the boy. I'm gonna call the boy Clay. Mama named Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Mama named Charles. I'm gonna call the boy Charles, boy.
No, I dig it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I dig it, dude. He plays hard, and that's the kind of guy you want on your team. You know what I'm saying? He's a leader. He was a young leader coming into the league too, and I think
who was his old team? Give it to me.
Khalil Mack. I don't know his old team. Oh, wait.
You know this.
Wait. Let me think about this. I know it was it was somebody in the AFC West. The Raiders. That was so stupid for them to get rid of him.
There you go.
So
there you
stupid.
go.
So
there you
stupid.
go. There you go, my boy. There you go, my boy.
I was thinking he was actually drafted to the
Bears.
To the Bears at first, man. I was just kind of lost my train of thought there, but like my attention is really geared toward our Titans, baby. You know, like so.
Hey man, you gotta keep you on your toes, man.
I appreciate that.
I mean, 5 feet down, yeah.
Iron sharpens iron, baby. I get it.
Yeah, man.
I get it, man. But so I mean that's something we have to look out for. And they got some solid corners and some solid safeties back there. But let's talk about that front though, man. Let's talk about that big front who gets big pushes. Man. We got Hicks. Hicks is scary, dude. Hicks is scary out there. And if we don't make sure we pay attention to him and his technique and just their ability to push through and collapse that pocket, it could be a long day for us back there, man.
There's going to be a lot of. I predict that the Bears are going to have a lot of one-on-one coverages, and they're going to be bringing that pressure to relieve that double team of Khalil Mack, because you got a double team Khalil Mack, and the Bears are going to be sending those linebackers on the inside to relieve that pressure off Khalil. So there's going to be a lot of one-on-one.
I think they're going to have to cover. I think those linebackers are going to have to cover, man. Danny Trevathan's going to have to cover.
Hey, I'm telling you. Listen, there's gonna be a lot of one-on-ones, and I'm telling you. Look for AJ Brown to have a huge game. Look for Corey Davis to both have a huge game, bro.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. They're gonna try to bring the pressure because Tannehill is great at that play action.
Right.
So they're going to be worried about stopping the run, and they're going to have to worry about these explosive receivers we got.
But I think also too, I think we have to get a little more creative out there, man, because we looked a little too I felt like Cincinnati's defense was just reading our plays very easily. I felt like we were just too you could recognize what we were doing quick. There was nothing like we were disguising on offense, and that's not really our game. But I mean, I think Arthur Smith needs to get a little more creative as far as maybe who's going into motion or maybe who's lining up where. They'll just kind of change things up a little bit because it just looked a little too noticeable what we were doing. And maybe you don't agree. I just thought that, especially with that Bates interception in the red zone, Bates read that shit the whole way. And
there was no change of the game plan from last week to this week.
Right. Hey, man, but hey, do you agree with me though? We have to get the ball first. We got to get the ball first this game. Like,
It wouldn't make sense if we wouldn't go. We need to go down there and score, even if it's a field goal. I
it's
want to
got
see that.
yeah, we
I want
got
to
to
see that.
score.
I want to see this new long snappers effect on the field goal unit.
Right. What's our long slapper our new long slapper's name? What's his name?
I don't. I just know. I just know the homeboy got fired, and I just, you don't hear that too much. You don't hear,
Right.
you know.
But it's something we should know. I mean, I heard it during press conference this morning. He's not a rookie to this. He's been doing it. I think he played with another team prior to us. I forgot who it was, but he has experience doing this.
Let me look that up real quick.
And they say he's a better short snapper. So that helps us in a field goal situation. He's a better short snapper. And let's figure out who's going to punt for us this weekend. I know they said Parker might be punting for us this weekend. And they said it's not impossible for them to try to look elsewhere during this time frame that Brett Kern's sitting out with that wrist injury. So that's something to keep in mind, because the ability that Brett Kern has and the luxury we have with him at punter could hurt us down the line if we don't have him back. So we got to keep an eye on that, absolutely, because his ability to flip the field is bar none.
So the long snapper was on Miami's practice squad. This guy's name is Matt Orzek.
Matt Orzak. Okay, cool.
He played 16 games with the Jaguars last year.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, while we're on special teams, man, let's talk about this beast that we have in Cordero Patterson. Let's talk about that. I mean, this man's got 606 yards returning this year already. So that's a big threat for us, especially that our special teams has been shaky on our kickoff return teams and punt returns. So we got to make sure that we're sound there and plan for that man, because that man is powerful coming out those kick returns, man. He's fast. He's hard to tackle. You definitely need a team
Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl champ. You know what I'm saying, with the New England Patriots. So, and it just it bugs the hell out of me too, seeing that how quick we were to get rid of our kickers last year. With Suckup, who's now with Tampa Bay, who has a chance to win a Super Bowl ring with them, and now we got Cody Parkey was doing well with his team, and then Cairo Santos is now we're going to be playing against him this weekend, and this dude's 14-16 right now. You know what I'm saying? And we were so quick to get rid of these guys, and now we're having our woes with Gostkowski, who's 10-17 right now on the year. So
and quite frankly, that's 21 points lots off the board.
Right.
I mean, depending on however you look at it, that's 3 touchdowns off the board.
That hurts, man. That hurts big time.
And I mean, sometimes when you look at it, these points can triculate down to standings. You know what I mean?
Right,
like the points could affect standings if there was, to say there was a tie or there would be any, type of thing where you would have to go down to the wire. Points count too.
It definitely is something you can't put on the back burner. Something that we got to monitor day in and day out. I love the fact that John Robinson's always talking about, every day, we sit here and we assess the roster and to see, what kind of moves we can make. And I love that approach. You know what I mean? If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. So shout out to John Robinson in that regard, man. Thank you for doing what you do. And on a side note, man, let's chop it up real quick, man. I know we had told the viewers that we'll be back on Sunday or Monday night with a post-game show, but under the circumstances of life and just, the election and things of that nature, we weren't able to do so. I know we had ended the show with a trivia. So let's kind of go over those answers real quick, man. Let's see how I did. I'm curious.
Yeah, let me bring that up real quick. Let me
Okay,
see
take your time, baby. Take your time.
Let's see here. All right, already. Do you remember your answers, or you want me to read them back to you?
Oh, I remember my. Oh, well, you could just, if you have it already written down.
Nah, we could go through them again so we can remind what's going on for people who ain't seen last week's show.
Okay, I'm down.
All right, so the question number one was in the AFC wildcard game against the Buffalo Bills, and then the now famous play known as the Musical City Miracle took place with Kevin Dyson where he scored the game-winning touchdown. He had never practiced that play before, and I asked you for whom the original play was designed for, and you said Isaac Byrd,
Yes, I remember. Yes, I'll stick
and
with that.
that was correct. Isaac Byrd was
Nice.
who the original play was for.
Okay,
Now,
I like that.
number two, we said in the 1996 NFL Draft, the Titans and the Oilers moved up to pick number 14 in the first round to acquire Eddie George. Which team did they make this trade for?
I believe I said it was the Bills, right?
You said it was the Bills, and indeed it was. Let me make sure I got the right answer here. It was the Buccaneers.
It was the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. All right. 1 for 2.
All right. Now, for question number 3, we said, to which team did the Titans Oilers lose to their first preseason game in Memphis? In Memphis, Maine, in 1997.
901. Shelby Drive. Look alive. Hey.
You said the Packers
I don't
or the
believe
Lions?
I don't believe I said the Packers.
I think to the Lions, right?
I think I said the Niners was who they lost
Oh yeah,
to.
you said the Niners, and the correct answer was the Saints.
The Saints. Okay.
Now, Bud Adams announced in the December of 1998 that the Oilers would become the Titans in 1999. We asked who was the last opponent to face the Oilers,
I said the Vikings.
and the Vikings was the correct answer.
It was. Okay.
It
So
was.
2 for 4.
Then we said in 1999, the Titans won their first road game of the season against the Jaguars. Who intercepted a Mark Brunell pass in the end zone to seal the deal?
I said Samari Rowe.
And Samari Rose is the correct answer, sir.
Cool.
And then for the last question, we said, in what season did Eddie George have his best season, statistically speaking, rushing for over 1,500 yards and scoring 14 touchdowns? You said
I said 2000. 2000
and 2000 is correct,
right.
my G.
Okay, so 4 4 6.
4 6. 4
okay.
6.
Hey,
4
not
6.
bad.
Now we ready for the Titan two-tone quiz show again?
They love me. They really love me. Hey, real quick though, let's do that. Let's do that at the end of the show. Let's dive into Chicago's
we'll do it at
offense.
the end.
Let's dive into Chicago's offense, man. Let's talk about
all right, we'll do it again. We'll do it at the end of the show.
Let's talk about it, man. There's a lot of talk going around and a lot of rumors too, with the coaching situations, man. Fans are not happy with Matt Nagy. And so some are calling it for him to be fired, man. What's up with that? What you think is going on?
Same thing that be going on with us, man. People just
right.
people want their way, man. Everybody got their opinion.
Right.
Some
folks was questioning Vrabel's coaching ability this past loss, man. And I'm like, wow, dude, like it's that quick where you're so quick to just hop off your team like that. Like we don't want no lukewarm fans now. You know what I'm saying? It's ride or die.
I mean, you can't forget, man. The NFL is probably the largest leading sport in America.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see people rally behind football teams,
right.
You don't see that same that same, you know, drastic measure that are people taking with like the NBA and people taking like, you know, I mean, baseball's up there, but I mean, football, dude, you know, on Sundays, you know what Sundays are. You know what I mean? Everybody knows what Sundays are. Everybody and their mom. With fantasy football, it has reached beyond where, you know, it probably was here before fantasy, and now it's like fantasy football has, you know, it's enhanced it, man. Football has been enhanced, man. And it's right at our fingers. I mean, look at us, man. We're having a show about our opinion on the Titans.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
so you know, it's one of those things where people really love, you know, the sport, their team, and you know, this is something that, you know, people rally behind when they have an opinion. I mean, people probably seen it all. You know, people, you know, if they watch their team, you know, they see what the coaches see. But at the end of the day, it's not up to us; it's up to the coach. And
coaches take the blame, and you know that's what they're supposed to do. And I get it, man. But I just think, you know, trust the process. Like things aren't really that bad for you guys right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, you lost a couple in a row, but at the same time, it's just like, look at your record. You're still 5-3. You're still competing with Green Bay. You know, you still have an opportunity. So I just feel like, you know, It's true, man. Like if your fans don't believe, and there's no fans in the, like barely any fans in the crowd anyway. So, if that energy's out there where your fans don't believe in you, man, like that energy is gonna be felt. It's contagious, if you ask me. So, just from me being a fanatic of the Tennessee Titans, man, like, yeah, I get pissed off and I throw things and I'm probably saying things I don't mean. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just you gotta dial it back and just remember you just gotta stay confident and true to who you are. For you and I, we've been Titans fans since '99. So
Right.
and that hasn't been shaken. You know what I'm saying? And we're always the underdogs, and we still rock with our team. So I just know how I am as a fan, and so my perception is different of how a fan's supposed to be.
Right.
I think of fans like you and I. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're not that type of fan and you're lukewarm, man, you might as well just play fantasy or something. Not even be tied down to a team. Just stick with that. You know.
Right. Right. Now for sure. Now, and that's the thing with me, man. Like when I play fantasy, I don't even try to draft the Titan players because I just be too attached to them.
Right. Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? I'll just be I'll be so indebted with trying to, make my whole team full of Titans
Right.
that I won't even compete. So when I play fantasy, I got to shut off,
Right.
that that biased opinion that, the Titans is going to win me this money.
Mm-hmm.
But, it is what it is. But I mean, yeah, like you're saying, if you're going to sit here and, you're going to complain and you ain't with the process, you might as well just enjoy the game itself and
Right.
and then other aspects of it like that.
Right. No, for sure, man. And so I mean that's what it is, and that's how we feel. And and there's a lot of talk too of who's going to start this weekend at quarterback, man. Like who, like would you rather start Foles or Trubisky? Like I'm going with Foles. If I'm being smart and realistic, Trubisky's just not comfortable in the pocket. He's so quick to just to run out of there, to use his wheels, which he definitely great at doing. The man's got wheels, but they're trying to play a type of football that he needs, be comfortable and sound in the pocket, man. So I'm going to stick with Foles in that regard. My Super Bowl guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's who I'm rocking with. He's got more experience. He's our veteran guy. He's been proven to win a Super Bowl ring. That's who I'm going with. But that being said, like I'm not sitting here crediting this man and saying he's a top-notch quarterback. Because Nick Foles is a suspect, man. You know what I'm saying? He's 8 of 7. He's got eight touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and that's not nothing to brag or boast about by any means. But at the same time, he's definitely got you some wins in his past 5 games. When he came in late in the third quarter against the Falcons, he cooked up a comeback. So he kept them at a 3-0 status. Losing to the Saints was tough. And who else did they lose to? Darwin. They lost to the Colts, and who was there in the Rams? Those are good teams. So I'm not sleeping on the Chicago Bears offense whatsoever, especially with how suspect our defense has been. You know, they got threat. We got some threats out there. Luckily, we don't have to worry about Javon Wims, who made a stupid decision this past game and decided to fight. Under the circumstances, things get heated out there. But as a professional, come on, my man, get off the field. You're getting paid too much money, and this game is on national television.
I mean, hey man, I don't blame him, man. We know we need that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it might not be the right way, but you are hurting your team when you're not there for them.
Facts.
I will admit to that. Like if you're not there for the team, so you do got to be smarter in that regard. But
Hmm.
at the same time, man, bring the dog out. You know what I mean? Let
Right.
me let me see the
Right.
dog. You know what I
Right.
mean? Let me see that mentality, man. Let
Right.
me see you get. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to get physical with brothers. Let them know
Right.
what's going on.
Right.
Like man, I ain't playing that mess, man. But hey, at the same time, you live and learn. So hopefully, we learn from this. He moves on. He doesn't miss any more games for us. But that's what happens, man.
Right.
That you be so competitive, so frustrated. You get the best of you, and then
Hmm.
you be over here like, man, I'm ready to bust whoever's face. And then you sit there, you miss a game, and you realize like, man, I could have done way more damage in the
Right.
game than I'm doing right here on the sideline. You know what I
Right.
mean? Or
Right.
at the crib. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, you live and learn, baby. That's what I gotta say.
No, big facts, man. But and just one last guy we have to worry about. It's unfortunate for him and his team, but hey, that's something we don't have to worry about. We're Titans fans here. That's what this show's dedicated, and that's who we're worried about. So, But while we're on the worrisome train, who worries you on this offense? What threat
Allen
scares you the most?
Allen Robinson, number one
Allen
threat.
Robinson. Yep, exactly. That man is a beast. He's cold, man.
Allen Robinson, and we have not had good times lately with covering these big time
Right,
receivers.
right.
And that's how they get these 3rd and 5s, 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 10s, man. They're throwing it to their best receiver, and he's going to get it over our best guy, man. We need a Dory back, and
Right.
we need King to come in and prove that
Desmond King.
hey,
Desmond King. Yes, sir.
I am a Titan. Let's go. I'm on a team that's competing now.
We finally got that. We finally got that slot guy. We can cover
Yeah,
inside.
man.
And we definitely got that nickel guy who can blitz too, man. So I'm excited to have him.
Allen Robinson, you got to stop him. You got to stop him.
We most likely we're like 99.5% in a spot to where we can see Adoree this weekend play.
The thing about Allen Robinson too, man, is that listen, dude, he sneaks in there late in the game. Like he's not going to give you 10 catches in the first quarter.
Right.
He's going to collectively keep getting catches,
For
like
sure.
2 the first quarter, 2 the second quarter, 5 the third quarter. Now the fourth quarter, he has 4 catches for 60 yards in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? And that's that sneaky, like, okay, that he progressively just gets better in the game.
But we can't forget about Darnell Mooney, man. Like, because we prepared for the number one receivers the past 2 weeks, and it kind of killed us, man, because they were hitting us with their second and third options. So we got to kind of keep an eye out on Darnell Mooney, who he's nice too, and also these running backs, man, that they can catch the ball at the backfield. You know what I'm saying? David Montgomery, he can catch the ball at the backfield. I think right now he's got 200 yards receiving, and then Tariq Cohen's, he's the guy that catches the ball at the backfield too. So just gotta be worrisome of that. And then the running game, Cordell Patterson, they like to line him up in the backfield. You know what I mean? And use him as a running back. So we definitely got to worry about those type of plays, because those X plays can turn into something big. You know what I'm saying? They can turn into something big. So, but my biggest concern is that in the past we haven't really been too sound on covering tight ends, and they got 3 tight ends who are 6'7" and 6'6". You got
Jimmy Graham over there.
Jimmy Brown, you got Cole Kemet and Demetrius Harris. Like those guys are, they're big cats, and they can catch the football over the middle. And if they get into the red zone, that becomes an issue too. Catch them in the back of the end zone, or a couple of fade routes, however you want to slice it up, man. But that's like my biggest concern is those tight ends, man. They got a size advantage over us, and our coverage for tight ends has definitely been suspect over the years. So that's kind of got my antennas up. But with all faith in the Titans, like this is our game to really try to expose their offense and to prove that their defense isn't as great as everybody makes it out to be. And if we could do that, especially in the run game, they're giving up 228 yards in the passing game. So Tannehill's not really a big yardage guy going for 300 a game, but I think 228 is right up his alley. So if they're giving that up, I think that's enough yards for us to eat.
All right, so we're saying that what do you predict the score is going to be?
Man, so I was way off on a prediction for last week. I think I said like 42 or 45-17. Man, I'm gonna be humble this week. I'm gonna be humble this week and keep it into perspective. I'm not sure what the odds are right now, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like within 4 or 5. I'm gonna say Titans. I'm gonna say Titans 24.
Okay, that's reasonable.
I'm gonna say Titans 24, and I'm gonna say Bears 17.
Okay. So you're saying 3 touchdowns and a field goal?
Yep, 1 touch. Yep, exactly.
All right, not bad.
And
the Bears 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my prediction, man. I think we pulled out by a touchdown.
Rushing yards for Henry.
I think he had 112 last weekend. I'm gonna give him 104 yards rushing.
Collectively, more passing yards or more rushing yards total for Titans?
More passing, man. I was just watching film. watching film, man, we can get some balls in there. We can get some balls out there. We can take some risk out there. So
All right, cool.
I'm gonna say Tannehill's gonna finish in the 220 yards passing.
Okay, cool.
Yep, that's my prediction, my man. I know this is a must-win game. Just looking ahead, we got division opponent, and the Colts, man, they're always a thorn in our behinds, man, always. And
I keep saying they got the #1 defense.
I remember the year we had McNair had to be co-MVP with Peyton Manning that year, and ever since then, man, I've really hated the Colts, like big time, like give my man McNair, give my man McNair the MVP. He don't need to share that, you know. You and I share this show as co-hosts, but we, you know, the MVP, you know, get crowning. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Steve McNair.
Rest in peace, Steve McNair, all the way through, man. Shout out to that man.
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, I'm gonna bring my cousin Craig Johnson on the show, man. He was a quarterback coach in Tennessee for about 4 years. And he got to work every day with Steve McNair, and they had some good years with Steve. So we'll bring him on the show and allow him to answer some questions and tell us some stories about Steve, man, to the man that made the legend. To me, the best quarterback who ever lived, if you ask me, man. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. What's your prediction on the game, on the score, man? Final score.
If I keep it a buck with you, man, you know, I say Titans grind it out 20-14. I mean, I don't see a high-scoring game, man. I mean, you know, I don't see that explosive offense like the Bengals got. You know, they got, you know, like I said, man, I see big plays, but I can also see a lot of field goals too.
Right.
You know, like it could just be, this game could just be a war of the field. Like who has better, you know, who can take control of the field and,
Right.
you know, don't let your opponent pass that 50-yard line or,
right.
You know, so
we gotta play with pride, man. We gotta literally like play as if these guys are literally smacking our mamas in the mouth or something. You know what I mean? Like we have to take that type of initiative.
Talking about your sister.
Yes, sir, man. Like talking about your mom and your sister. Like we gotta take that approach, man. You know what I'm saying? That Michael Jordan, like make something up. But we gotta play with that chip on our shoulder. We have a point to prove. Especially our defense, man. So I still got faith in Jadeveon Clowney, man. I still think he's gonna be a big factor for us down the stretch. It's just taking a little bit of time, and just gotta be patient. Just trust your team, trust your coach, and trust God. You know, at the end of the day, you know?
Right.
So, let's talk about something else, though, man. I forgot to mention earlier.
And just to let you know, Peyton Manning, he lost to the Patriots in the AFC title game that year, 2004, when he won MVP. Just a side stat.
Right, just a little side stat. I appreciate that, brother. Hey man, well, I just remembered, man. I hope we even able to get a chance to play this weekend. I was reading this morning and I was hearing that the Chicago Bears had to shut down the facility.
Well, it's just like how the Broncos had to shut down the facility, then they were good.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. You never know, especially with the way things are going with the election now. You never know, man. You never know. Anything can happen. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and, you know, let the Lord's will be done. Hopefully we're playing this weekend. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I don't think they have any more room for pushing stuff back and missing buys and stuff. So.
Right.
Well, whole different story. So, we won't even get into that. But you ready for this two-tone quiz, man? You know
yeah,
what
man.
I mean?
I think it's about that time, my brother. I think it's about that time.
Let's get to that two-tone quiz, man.
Hope you folks are enjoying the show at home, and just thank you for this time that you're allowing my brother and I to really go out here and showcase our opinions.
Man, let's get this two-tone quiz going, man. It's for you, all you Titans fans out there, man. If you know the answers to it, man, let us know, man. Drop it a comment in the section, man.
Share, like, and subscribe. Share, like, and subscribe. Show
you know
love.
What I mean?
Show some love.
We got questions every week. We're gonna ask 5 questions every week. You might want 6. Who knows? You might want 10. I mean, but we go to 5. We see what you get right, you get wrong, Mr. Two-Tone, and then, you know, hey, you know, we'll see what happens. Let me get my questions out real quick. Hold on, man.
Let's rock with it.
Let me get my questions out real quick.
Hey, shout out to my uncles down there in Tennessee, man. 901 out there in Henning. Uncle Harold, Uncle Ty, love y'all.
Man, shout out to all them boys, man. Shout out to the whole fam, man. You know what I mean? Shout out my cousin Kyle too, man, down there.
Hey, cousin Kyle.
out there in Nashville, man.
That,
You know
that
what I
boy
mean?
can sing. That boy
Man,
can sing.
that boy good, boy. Man, yeah. You know what I mean? That boy real good. That boy good, boy.
Oh man.
All right, here
Oh
we
man,
go.
I love talking Titans, man. It's like this is like my way to just decompress, to talk my team, man.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
Let's go.
Which team did the Tennessee Titans combine with for 74 points in a 2007 game? Was it the Browns, the Broncos, the Texans, or the Patriots? And I'm going to give you the answer now. I'm not going to make you wait like last time.
Right. I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
Is that your final answer?
You said that was it in a playoff game?
No, just 74
Oh,
points.
okay. Yeah, Patriots. I'm gonna say that didn't sound right.
Texans.
Texans. Dang it. Ah man. All right, man. Keep them coming. Hey, stay motivated. I'm still focused. Let's go.
Who was the youngest player on the 2007 Tennessee Titans roster? Chris Davis, Chris J. Henry, Lindell White, or Stephen Tulloch?
I'll go with Lindell White.
Chris J. Henry.
Chris J. Henry, man. Hey, yo, shout out my boy Lindell, though. Shout out. USC. Colorado, let's go.
Which player had the most regular season sacks for the 2007 Tennessee Titans? Was it the hog mog, Albert Hainsworth?
Mm-hmm.
Before that boy went crazy, took all that money, was doing dirt, just a big hog, big tank?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Travis LeBoy?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Antoine Odom?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it Kyle Vanden Bosch?
I'm gonna go with Albert Hainsworth.
And it's Calvin Vanden Bosch. So,
Dang, that was my first instinct, man, to say that one. I remember that year he balled out.
Which regular? It's also we messing with 2007 right now. I gotta take a throwback on you, man. You got
man.
13 years ago, man.
My senior year.
Yeah, man.
Our senior year, shoot.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Which regular season opponent held the Tennessee Titans to 6 points scored? New England Patriots, Oakland Raiders, Indianapolis Colts, or the Cincinnati Bengals?
I'm gonna say the Raiders.
The Bengals.
The Bengals.
That was probably that was around that Andy Dalton era when he first started balling out.
With Chad Ochocinco.
Exactly.
Yep.
Which one of the Tennessee Titans 2007 draftees played in all 16 regular season games? Was it Jacob Ford, Michael Otto, Paul Williams, or Michael Griffin?
Michael Griffin.
That's my boy too.
Yeah.
And you are correct, sir. Michael Griffin, sir.
1 of 5, man. Let's go. Give me one more.
I'm gonna give you one more, man. Just because, man. You know we have this.
I don't deserve it, man. I don't deserve it. Last show I got 4 out of 6. Now I'm 1 out of 5 right now. We got one more. Come on, JB. Use your thoughts, man. Use your brain. Let's go. I got you.
Let's see here. Let me see here. I want to make sure I got it. I have to make sure I give you one. You know, you got this other one. I want to make sure I got another one for you, man. Let me see here. All right.
By the way, folks, I'm gonna make sure I get my background set up nicely and my lighting. I know I'm a little off right now. I'm gonna get a nice little backdrop for you guys to look at, man. So sorry about it being so obnoxious right now with the light. I apologize.
All right, here we go. This one, okay. This one you should know. All right. What Tennessee Titan was selected for the Pro Bowl after the 2007 season? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Vince Young, Lindell White, Bo Scaife, or the big hog mog Albert Hainsworth?
I'm gonna go with Albert Hainsworth.
Are you sure?
No, Vince Young. I'm gonna go with Vince Young.
You're changing it to Vince Young.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vince Young.
Now, are you sure?
Yeah, let's do it. We're
We're talking about a Pro Bowl, and we're talking about the big hog mog.
Final answer. Wait. I'm gonna
Think
go.
about it.
No, I'm gonna go with Albert Hainsworth, Regis.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct. Albert Hainsworth, baby, the big
man,
hog mog.
Let's go.
Come on now. I was like, you know that, son.
Hey, let's
Come
go.
on now.
Let's go, man. 2 out of 6. Hey, 2 out of 6 ain't bad. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, that brings my average 6 out of 12. It's 50%. Like I'm flipping a quarter. You heard?
Right, man. Well, hey, man. Folks, that concludes tonight's show. I appreciate the time that you allowed DWeez and I to just spitball and just kind of give you some actual factual data and some predictions on our team. So always Tennessee Titan tough. You know, make sure we show up and show out for Sunday. And please share, like, and subscribe.
Hey, love and peace, man. You know what I mean? Tighten up. Hey, we'll be here after the Titans game. We'll talk about it.
Yes,
you know, I don't like to talk after we lose, so I gotta calm down a little bit. You know what I mean?
You and I both, my brother. You and I both, man.
So you know, we'll get to you as soon as possible. But hey, man, appreciate all the love and all the views, man. Now, like I said, man, catch us next show, and we'll be back to some more entertaining things, man. Let's go, man.
Yes,
Tighten
sir.
up. Let's go. Tighten up.
Two-tone zone, folks. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Love.
Get it in until I fall. Leave it up until I ball. Haters hate, papers I'll chase until the end. I'ma do me. Get it in until I fall. Leave it up until I ball. Haters hate, paper I'll chase until the end. I'ma do me.
Gotta get it in, rain, sleet, or the snow. Out here statistics mean you left in the cold.